Welcome to The Casting Dead, a podcast for The Walking Dead on AMC. I'm Matt.
And I'm David.
And today we're going to be discussing Season 7, Episode 8, titled Hearts Still Beating.
Mid-season finale.
Yes, sir. I heard some people who thought the last episode was the mid-season finale.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
They were pretty disappointed.
Poor souls. Like, this is how the end the season.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Do
Just
you know what the how many views they had for this week?
How many?
They went up by 0.1 million.
I don't want to hear about 0 points. I don't want to hear about nonsense.
I know,
numbers
but
like
would it be better if I said, okay, 10.58 million as opposed to 10.48 million last week?
No, because that would still be the same.
Okay, cool. I'm just
Same
wondering.
for me.
So if I said it differently, I want to know if it was a presentation thing.
That seems pretty weak.
It is weak.
For a mid-season finale, usually the numbers go up quite a bit.
It's quite weak. Yeah, this has been their lowest ratings, even as a rating. It's been their lowest since 4 years, since season 3.
Oof, they're having trouble picking it up. I hope they can do a lot over the break, over the hiatus.
Well, we know it's because of the way they formatted, the way they structured the season so far. We all know it's that.
Yeah, people are giving up on them.
Yeah,
they're not coming back. Everyone always says they're not coming back, and this time people mean it.
Yeah, but you could even easily say that they've lost fans because Glenn died too.
Yeah, but at that point, it's weird. It's like you're not a real fan of the show if you leave because
What if
Glenn.
you really like Glenn? If you really like Glenn,
If you're only watching the show because you like Glenn, like you're weird.
It is weird, of course, weird. But I don't know. He may have that kind of fandom, that kind of like those, he may have those fans. I don't know.
I mean, his character wasn't as endearing as that. I
Well,
mean, you'd
he
watch
would-
the show even for episodes he's not in.
Season 1, he was very endearing. He was like this twitchy little delivery boy.
Yeah, they did his character a disservice, I think.
We can talk more about that later. Actually, we have some theories
maybe
on why.
next episode we can talk about.
That's
that.
true, because we're going to have a recap of the entire season so far.
Yep. Well, the entire half season.
Yeah, that's true. I meant to say that too.
Basically,
I'm becoming one of those people that thought, "Whoops."
Basically, I want to apologize up front, and that opportunity has been lost because we've talked so much already. But I would like to apologize that we are recording so late in the week.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Yeah. Sometimes our schedules just don't line up, and normally we try to move things around, and even to record tonight, David, you had to cancel a date.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. We rescheduled.
No. Wow. As long as
Rescheduled for the viewers.
Yeah, as long as she knows it's for the viewers and the Walking Dead fan base, I'm sure she'll be okay with it.
Anyways, we had a good Christmas dinner without doing it on the Sunday, so it was a great dinner, Matthew, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It was a great dinner.
You. It's a 34-pound turkey, David.
And you still got some leftovers.
I've got tons left.
Oh, great.
Well, of turkey. I gave a lot away.
Okay, well, I'll indulge soon.
Yeah. So what did you think of this episode?
Nah, it was okay.
Yeah, okay. Did it redeem itself at all for the episodes in the seasons past? Episodes past of this season?
I guess so, but I mean, like this, I would argue that this season, the pace that this episode went, just by the pace, not by what happened, by the tone, by everything, it should have had the same structure as this.
Okay.
Like we were all talking about every single episode, how they had a lack of structure, lack of tension. This was like, this is when it required, it was there. Whereas, Negan was in just as much as he was actually, if anything, more in last episode than he was in this episode, and yet I felt more tension. It was shown, it was presented for it to be more tension, whereas they could have done the same last week and intentionally, and well, I'm saying tension and intentionally, they purposely didn't make it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and they incorporated like 5 different storylines in this one episode.
Yeah. As
so
if they
now we know they can do it.
Yeah, we knew they could.
They've been proved. They've been showing their chops this semester. Jesus, this season a little bit, and. So I don't want to see any more of these one-off episodes next year.
Oh boy! Well, hopefully, because they're all together now. They're all united. So it's like
finally, but
the wolf pack is together.
Yeah, how many times are they together until one of them realizes they have to leave for a reason? And you know what? They're not even all together because now Eugene is gone.
Right. Okay, he wasn't really a part of the wolf pack, but yeah, I mean,
all right.
Not really. Well, not yet. I mean, that's what makes it so tragic in some way. I mean, Carol and Morgan aren't there, so
it makes it tragic because you can tell Rick doesn't care about saving Eugene as much as he did about saving Daryl.
I don't know. He may be interested now since he found out he's a bullet maker now. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, he's got worth.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's got net value.
I don't know how I felt about this episode. This episode didn't seem as jaw-dropping as I think they wanted it to be. The whole Spencer thing. Did you see that coming?
The thing is that I feel like if you knew what happened in the comics, you knew it was going to happen in the show, and I'm glad I didn't know that happened in a way. So that was I think that's kind of the privilege of not having the comics. But like, I feel like they're kicking themselves a little bit because they said from the beginning that you don't want to have it go exactly as they do in the comics. Or at least in some different way, so you don't know what really happened. So if Spencer was doomed, don't make it so predictable in a certain way. I'm sure those who've read it would have seen that coming, right?
Yeah, but I disagree with you. I say make it predictable. Follow the comics because you got less than 1 million people reading the comics. You got 10, 17 million people watching the show. The comics worked. That's what people want to see. The people who read the comics are going to be like, yes, they're following the comics, and the people who don't.
But they've actually increased in sales after Glenn's death, actually for Glenn's death. So okay. I mean, like it's kind of a win-win in a certain way. But you have to, I don't know. I like the way, see, like for example, they had the way who died. See the way Shane died.
Yeah.
The way they had it versus the comics, it was more of a redeemable quality the way he died in the show than he did in the comics. So something of that, variety. I don't see how that's not a good example of how they should do things instead of having it, go. I mean, like one thing you want to have Carl interact with the governor and have that panel to panel structure as they did in the comics, as they did with the last episode. I'm for that. I get that it's an interaction, but to really have like a climatic event, I don't think they should probably follow the comic as well. That way it's not as predictable. Maybe to a certain likeness to it, but not exactly like it.
No, I'd like to do it shot for shot. That's what I want to see. But I agree. I mean, something with Shane, you keep him around because he's a good character. He's a good actor. You want to see more of him. You don't want him to leave after the second episode or something.
Very much. Even same thing with Carol. We don't know if she has a dual meaning to her, but we know what happened to her in the comics.
Yeah, but the thing I don't like is when they drag on just because they want to save money. They're like, let's just continue with this. Let's stay at the farm for a season because we want to save money. Yeah, let's have them walk around the woods and look for a terminus. Yeah, because we want to save money.
Yeah, but for argumentative sake, like they were still at the beginning of the show, the beginning of the series, having a structure, new crew in terms of the direction, and
not for terminus.
Oh, for terminus, no, they didn't. But at least it led somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, they're moving forward with this, as should we.
Exactly.
We should move forward with
I was just going to say
recap. We opened with Maggie sitting by Glenn's grave, wearing his hat.
Is it his hat, or she's wearing a hat resembling his?
I don't know.
I feel like they brought.
There's not too many hats around.
They brought Glenn back to life for that season for a moment. I thought.
Well, he didn't wear the hat too often.
No, it was. He stopped wearing it after season 2, 3.
Yeah, but you don't get rid of a hat. It's probably went with him everywhere. Back pocket.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Even after he hit in that dumpster.
This is the problem. This is the problem. We are one sentence in, and we are debating his hat. So she goes to climb the wall. Her torn uterus be damned.
Oh, boy.
And Gregory walks up to her and says, not to let the accolades people are spreading about her go to her head.
What a thing to say, especially after he was put in his place. It's like, yeah, let me take a slight jab at her.
Well, he's worried for his leadership. Is
he that worried?
Oh, yeah.
Why should he be worried?
Because, you're the leader, and you did nothing to prevent this, and
He kind of did. He kind of did.
Well, he slinked back into the shadows, is what we saw.
Right, but he technically is the face of Hilltop, and he knows that. So I don't know. I guess he wouldn't be his character if he didn't say anything. Yeah.
But now she's encroaching on his leadership here because she's the one people are looking to now. They're like, she can keep us safe. She knows what to do.
Right. Which is, I thought, with the understanding they had all four of them, with Sasha, Jesus, and Gregory. Especially that this right after it occurred when she punched him. Right. It was just like, okay, well, this is how it's going to be. So
yeah. So he really has no power here. She tells him not to let it bother him, and then he gets him to give her his apple. So Gregory's been polishing this apple,
right?
This whole scene, like nobody's business.
He was teasing it.
Yeah, well, he can't. It's like you're a man in a suit jacket in the apocalypse, and you can't handle any dirt on your apple. Is what it seemed to me. It's like he's too good for any little bit of dirt on the apple. Maggie sees this and knows what she's had to live through, and is like, look at this guy. This guy can't even eat an apple for what it's worth. Has to shine it before he can eat it.
Well, I'm sure Negan would do it too. If you're supposed to be in that point of power where you could have nice things, you're going to take advantage, right?
Yeah,
to a certain way.
But see, Negan earned that shining apple.
And so did Ezekiel, I guess. You're saying Gregory didn't? Well, I think Gregory did.
Yeah, everybody earned it except for Gregory.
I feel like Gregory earned it. Nobody else is doing what he's doing. It just says something about Hilltop. Well, not anymore. Now everybody's back in Maggie, so she's bringing out the best of everybody. Whereas Gregory's just like, do your crops. That's that.
No, see, I'm not going to hate Spencer. I'm not going to hate Negan. I'm not going to hate the governor, but I'm going to hate Gregory. And I think that's acceptable.
Right. That's fine. I believe so too. I don't like him either. I wasn't defending him.
So it was a nice move by her. She already has the anonymous fence guard on her side and able to guilt him into giving her the apple because she's pregnant.
That's right.
Still climbing walls, but pregnant nonetheless.
Well, she's going up steps.
She was told by the doctor to stay in bed.
Maybe most of the day she's staying in bed and just chill on the fence.
Not good for that uterus. Negan shaves in front of Carl and Judith. Always against the grain, he says. Judith stares on with wide-eyed
but for
wonder.
her first acting quality, from what it looks like, I think the director finally told her, hey, just give those wide eyes, give the folks a wide eye. So young.
She's now at the point where she's going to be recognizable if they switch her out for another baby.
Probably, yeah.
And they must. They'll do it, but she's going to grow up too fast.
You think she's a twin? I always feel like they would have a twin.
They usually do.
Like the Olsen twins?
Yeah, well, that's what they want to do. They normally go for twins, triplets, quadruplets.
Yeah, that way they have like stunt doubles. I'm kidding.
Yeah. In case one dies, you got more. Baby death. It happens.
It does, I guess.
You gotta account for it. So Tara, no, we're moving. I'm backing up here. He's shaving in Rick's washroom.
It's a callback to when he first arrived to Alexandria.
Yeah, when Rick got there, he shaved.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, whatever, he shaved.
It brings that out for everybody, right?
But this is Negan going to his true comic book self.
Yeah.
Shaved Negan. He no longer has his contract where he has to keep a beard. I think he had to do that for another show he was on.
No, really.
The Good Wife or the House something with Wives.
I don't watch it.
I have no idea what, but he had to keep a beard for something. Now he can be full Negan. Daryl unlocks his cell door. Very small scene. It's just a bunch of stuff before the credits. So, and we have Negan now. He's cooking pasta in Rick's kitchen.
It was the sauce he was doing there.
Yeah. Well, he's probably got the noodles boiling.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the sauce is the big thing. The sauce
That's
is
right.
what every man should know how to cook a good pasta sauce.
Right.
And the fact that Negan is showing Carl how to make this sauce, making the sauce in front of Carl, that's a real jab at Rick.
It really is, yeah. And did you notice it's more apparent now? He has that wrist wound. Like I don't think anybody found out.
What is that wrist wound?
I
from?
don't
Did we
know.
talk about that last week?
We did, and I don't think anybody found out. I don't think not a single thing on Movie Pilot, not a single they didn't know where that wound came from, and some even questions they would ask. Sometimes they would end an article with what is that wound on? Unless what I'm afraid of is that it's already been answered and we don't know. I don't think so.
Because I've read other things too that nobody seems to know where it's from. And they've cut scenes. We've already known they've cut a few scenes.
Oh boy!
Didn't they cut a scene? I was reading earlier today. I didn't actually read. I saw a still image and I never clicked on it. But in the trailer we saw, there was a scene of that woman with the shaved side of her head, and like the curly hair kind of pulled back.
Okay.
One of Negan's saviors.
Oh, a rat or
yes, a rat.
Okay.
Her and Dwight.
Right.
And they're having some kind of shootout in like a car pile up or something. It was in the road, and there's a bunch of cars piled up, and they're having a shootout. And we saw a clip of that in the trailer for this season, and we never saw it in this.
Maybe it's upcoming. Oh no, it's true.
Stretch of
there's no way they filmed. Well,
no, they haven't filmed it yet.
It could be they did. You never know. It's something that could be used. Maybe it's something for practical. Well, drink production. Maybe they said, look, you know what? Let's do this scene while everything is all here. Or who knows?
Yeah, but they wouldn't have shown it in the trailer. The trailer, they show what's coming up in this 8 episodes, and we never saw that. Just like we didn't see the people hanging at the hilltop.
I guess. Well, that's a different thing. That was because it didn't look good. So,
but they still showed it in the trailer.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's true. Oh, maybe. Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I don't know. Maybe